Greetings to all of you, wherever you're listening from. I am Commander Bimal Raj, a TEDx speaker, internationally certified trainer and coach, mindset mentor, and a teen and parents coach. In this podcast, The Awkward Talks, I bring you topics that are usually considered taboo or are not discussed freely, but are some of the most pivotal things that we should be talking about.
Hey there, can I ask you to do something right now? Just pause whatever you're doing and take one slow breath with me. Inhale, hold, exhale. Okay, that's better. I want to talk to you today about something we all hear about all the time. Something we are told is the key to everything, from healing to happiness to confidence, and that's self-love. Now, I'm not here to give you motivational quotes or Instagram slogans. Let's go deeper and let's be real. Because honestly, self-love doesn't work for a lot of people. And it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because you're doing it without a foundation. And that foundation is self-friendship. So today, we're going to slow down. We're going to talk honestly. You're going to get under the surface of what self-love actually is, what self-friendship means, and why the two have to go together. So grab your tea or lie down for a while. This isn't going to be one of those fix yourself in 5 steps kind of talk. This is just me. Well, think of me as your closest friend who talks the truth with you and who is willing to call a spade a spade. Ready? Okay, let's start at the beginning. When you think of self-love, what comes to mind? For most of us, we think of taking breaks, taking a spa day, saying no to people pleasing, maybe even journaling or doing affirmations. No doubt they're all great things. But let me ask you this. Have you ever done all of that and still felt kind of hollow inside? Like you're doing all the self-care part, but not really feeling more connected to yourself? You're not alone. That's actually very common. Because here is the thing. Self-love is not something you do, it's something you build. And you build it by understanding one very simple truth. You cannot love someone you're constantly criticizing. You cannot love someone you're always rushing, judging, or ignoring. And don't forget the fact that the self in self-love is not someone else. It's you. If you wake up every day and the first voice in your head is negative, if you mess up and the first thing you do is attack yourself, if you never stop to listen to how you're really feeling, then of course self-love is going to be tough to feel because it's being built on self-pressure, not self-connection. So I challenge you to think about this differently. What if self-love wasn't about feeling good all the time? What if it was simply about being on your own side, even when you're confused, even when you mess up, and even when you don't feel lovable? That's where it begins. Now, here is the part we don't talk enough. Before love comes friendship. Even in relationships, right? We say, be friends first. Get to know each other, build trust, share the awkward stuff, be silly, be honest. So why don't we do that with ourselves? Let me ask you, have you ever thought of yourself as your own friend? Many of us haven't. In fact, if we did treat a friend the way we treat ourselves, they probably won't stick around, right? Think about it. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself when you failed? Would you ignore a friend's sadness the way you avoid your own feelings? Would you push a friend to just get over with it when they're really struggling? I'm sure your answer is no. I personally consider myself to be a very non-judgmental and forgiving person when it comes to others. I'm a coach and it comes naturally to me. However, when it comes to my own faults and mistakes, even the ones that I may have committed when I was a teenager, I'm quite unforgiving. Most of the time, it's okay for me if others hurt me. But it's not okay for me if I feel that I've hurt someone else. Knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. I'm sure many of us are like that when it comes to our own faults. If that is the case, Why do we expect self-love to work when we haven't even built a self-friendship? Friendship is where the connection begins. It's where you learn how to sit with yourself. Not to fix, not to change, just to be with. Now, self-friendship doesn't mean you'll always like yourself. There are going to be moments when you disappoint yourself, when you're ashamed, when you want to avoid your own reflection. But friendship doesn't disappear just because things get hard, right? It stays. Isn't it a fact that it's when you screw up big time and the rest of the world ridicules you that you want your best friend to stand by you 100%? And that's what we are trying to create with ourselves. A relationship that stays. It took me years of personal development and mentorship to fully accept who I am without judgment. Over these years, I've realized one thing. You can be doing all the right things and still feel this ache inside, like something is missing. You know what that is? That's the absence of self-connection. Because when you don't have a relationship with yourself, even the kindest words can feel like a lie. You are saying I love myself, but inside you're not even sure you like yourself because you remember and recall all the wrongs that you have done. You don't trust yourself, you don't spend time with yourself, you don't talk to yourself kindly. There is this voice inside your head that keeps saying, you're not good enough. If only you were different. Try harder, do more, be better. And in the worst moments, you abandon yourself. So even when you're doing all the right things, it doesn't land because the emotional bond is not there. It's like putting icing on a cake that hasn't even been baked yet. Friendship is the cake. Love is the icing. And without friendship, the foundation, love becomes pressure. And instead of joy and peacefulness, it causes anxiety that no one else understands. It causes you to overthink and doubt your every move. It puts you in a state of needing constant validation. And worst of all, it makes you feel like a fraud even when you're doing well. You need both, but the foundation has to come first. So now let's talk about what we can do. This is where we move from awareness to action. But I want to be very clear. This is not about adding more things to your to-do list. These are not tasks. These are invitations. Simple, small ways to start being there for yourself. Remember, you can't fix it by doing things to be better. You need to shift focus from doing to being. Being who you are and choosing to stay with you being you. How can you do that? It starts with being present to your feelings, emotions, and all the things that is going on between those 2 ears of yours. Try out these practices to connect with yourself better. Let's start with early morning. As soon as you get up, don't wake up and start scrolling. Wake up and ask yourself, how am I feeling? Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just notice. That's it. It's a signal to your mind, I'm paying attention to you. I'm here. Next, talk back to your inner critic. When you hear yourself say something harsh, pause and ask, would I say this to my best friend? If not, change the sentence. Soften it. Reframe it. Your voice becomes your home. Next, look at yourself in the mirror. Take a deep breath. And instead of shouting how awesome you are from your head, see yourself fully. Not your flaws. Just who you are and look deeply into your eyes. Say, I've got you. And mean it. Next, apologize to yourself. Yes, you heard that right. If you have been hard on yourself, if you pushed through pain, ignored your needs, say, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you today, but I'm learning. And that builds trust in yourself. Celebrate one small thing each day, not something you did for others, something you did for yourself. Even if it's something as simple as, I drank enough water, I spoke up in that meeting, I took a nap, I said no. Tell yourself, that mattered. You mattered. Sit with your feelings, not your phone. When something feels heavy, don't reach for a distraction right away. Just sit, breathe, say what you need right now. Listen to what comes up. And that is exactly what friends do. They don't run away, they stay. These are not tasks, these are truths. And you're not building a habit, you're building a relationship with your soul and with yourself. Well, today we have covered something very different. And I know this might feel something new or unfamiliar or even emotional. But if there is one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. You don't have to love yourself perfectly. You just have to promise yourself that you will stay. No more running when it's hard. No more shaming yourself for being human. No more abandoning your feeling just to keep it together. So here is what I want you to promise yourself today. Just one thing. Look into your eyes and gently but firmly say, I will not leave myself. And mean it 100%. No matter what version of you shows up tomorrow, choose to stay with yourself. Through the tears, through the chaos, through all doubts, through silence. That's where healing begins. That's where trust begins. And slowly, that's where love begins to feel real. So wherever you are right now, whether you are at your best or you're most confused, whether you feel ready or not, know this. You have someone in your life who can walk with you every single step. Through the mess, through growth, through silence, through joy. And that someone is you. So be your own friend. Start there and the rest will come. Thank you, my friends, for being here. Thank you for being you. And remember, you are never alone as long as you've got you. If you like this episode, please do give us a rating. Do follow us so that you won't miss any of our episodes. And please do share with others if you feel that this can help them. This is Commander Bimal Raj, and I will be back with another episode very soon.